This is the SunAir RT 9000 HF transceiver, single sideband. It was used mostly by the Coast Guard. This particular one is in almost like mint condition. It's a very professional piece of equipment, which I'll show you in a minute. This one has the optional oven, reference oven installed, and therefore it takes a while to get it going. The light here stays on until the oven is fully warmed up, which takes about 1 or 2 minutes. So we will wait, and then I will demonstrate you the unit once the oven is warmed up. Alright, the oven has warmed up. We will go to the 20 meter band, load 14300, enter. Here we can set the step size for the tuning all the way to 10 Hertz. We'll go to 100. AGC is set for slow. We're an upper sideband. We can go to 1 kHz tuning.
Alright, thank you very much. You're still in the islands, and we'll catch you. Thanks for coming up on 20. AG90, 7-3s.
7-3s. Another call? Okay, I hear the mobile. Go ahead and make your call, mobile station. Okay, Echo Juliet Mobile. Okay, I got the Mexico, I think
AGC medium.
Juliet. Can you give me your full call?
Beautiful copy here on the OptiView. Hey, 73, and we'll see you further down the lock, okay? Appreciate your continuing. Bye-bye. 7-3, and you are there. Papa Delta 9 Zebra, you are there.
Sounds like
Victor Echo 9, Japan Echo Florida. Well, good copy, Jeff. How are you doing? 5 and 9. Good copy from Canada. Go ahead.
sounds like we have some propagation. Just a quick look at the features this radio has. Radio has a whole bunch of features. Like I said, here we can set the step size for the tuning. And right now we're at 1 kHz. I can go to 100. 10 Hertz is the smallest resolution. The radio does have a direct digital synthesizer. So it's pretty fast in terms of changing from one frequency to the other. Here we can manipulate the BFO. This allows a manual that only works in the memory. There is a built-in test feature. Here I can recall memories. I think it has about 100 memories, not 100% sure. This is the ALE menu. ALE stands for Advanced Link Establishment, Automatic Link Establishment, sorry. And this radio has that feature installed. There's a lot of that written on the internet. It has the latest version of ALE, and I don't know exactly what you can do with it, but here you can program the ALE settings. Here we can use I can use an external speaker, and then I can turn off the internal speaker. Here I can select what I want the meter to do, receive. Also for transmit I can select what I want to see, line, LC, forward, reverse. There is a VSWR meter in there. He sounds a bit distorted. Anyway, there is a scan feature. You can scan the memory channels, and I think you can also scan frequency. And here we have more settings for the display, so I can set the display at 14 point da 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 da, or I can set it in kilohertz, whatever you want. This is the I/O feature. You can set up a remote control for this unit, and for that you need to tell it which address to select. I didn't like that, of course. And here we have the menu for secure operation. It can be used with a secure encryption unit, and that also is possible. And here we're back again to our step size menu. 1 kilohertz is the easiest. And then when you have a station that's off frequency for the kilohertz, you can go to 100 hertz or 10 hertz. The accuracy of this radio is phenomenal. Like I said earlier, it has a galvanized crystal reference frequency, and it is dead on frequency. Here we see some more for the buttons. This is the button you press when you want to load a frequency. We have mode select, upper side CW, AM, and a lower sideband. Well, this is upper sideband, but we have upper side, lower side, AM, and CW. Don't know what this is. This is to load the transmit frequency. You would do that if you want to do split frequency operation. You can select power level, 65 watts or 125 watts PEP. This is if you use the external antenna tuner. This is not connected right now. Here you can see the frequency that you have selected for a particular memory. Here is LCL, I don't know what that is. AGC we already discussed. There's 3 settings: fast, slow, or medium. In single sideband you would use slow and sometimes medium. Here you can select channel mode. This is the ALE setup, or ALE to invoke it, I should say. This is to go back to manual. And here you can obviously do direct frequency entry. Volume and squelch. Squelch is a little bit slow because of the AGC, and the signals are pretty strong. But if you go to the dummy load, and you can see that the squelch is basically operated by the AGC. If the AGC drops down to 0, or the ALC I should say, then the squelch will work.
It is fun to do. 70, you're in the log.
Like I said, the radio covers 1.6 to 30 megahertz. It actually transmits a little bit lower as well, but with reduced performance. It receives all the way down to 200 kilohertz, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see how it transmits. Alright, quick look at the inside. Took off the top cover. This is where all the plug-in cards reside. Can't really see it with the cover on, but it has a couple of plug-in cards. This is the filter module for the transmitter, and this is the power supply. And here you see the power amplifier, 150 watts PEP. You can see it is really nice and professionally built. This one really looks like new. Got all these indicators here. If there is a problem, one of these lights will come on. Here are some adjustments you can make without having to take this off. Here is the indicator for the reference frequency. As you see, it really looks nice. Professional piece of equipment. Now unscrewed the cover so you can see the cards actually. Maybe nice. And this is basically what you see. This is the crystal oven. And this one actually does have the ALE installed. I don't know which card that is, but and ALE stands for automatic link establishment, and this transceiver is capable of doing that. The option is installed. As you can see, extremely well built. Here you can see a few of the filters. I think they're mechanical filters. And this is probably the controller card. You don't see it much nicer than this. Wanted to show you the self-test. Like I said, it has a built-in self-diagnostics. We'll switch it to the dummy load for that. And let's start. It's in progress. And then you can do the receiver bite. And then you can do the transmitter built-in test. It's testing all the decade filters, IF front end, power amplifier. And now it's testing all the decades filters. And the test was successful. Now we're back in normal operation and we're going to the antenna. Works quite well. By the way, I found out what this was. It's panel light. Helps to read the manual. One thing I forgot to show you is CW mode. It does have the narrow option, as you see. In CW mode we can select a narrower bandwidth. I can also select the CW speed. That has to do with the ACC. And for the rest we still have the settings we just had. So two bandwidth options for the CW mode. Alright, let's see how the modulation sound. For that I have my Yaesu FT817 at 14.250, which is the same for the SunAir. Nothing on that frequency right now, but just to be sure we'll switch to the dummy load and see how that sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 testing. This is upper sideband. Let's see what we get on lower sideband. Lower sideband. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower sideband. Lower sideband. Alright, on frequency, lower sideband 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we get for AM. Mode AM. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at amplitude modulation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at amplitude modulation. Carrier is about 40 watts in amplitude modulation. Let's go back to upper sideband. We get about 100 watts if I give a carrier. The PEP level for the transceiver is 125 watts. Unfortunately, this meter does not have the peak hold function, so I cannot show you that. But the PEP specified power level is 125 watts. Let's go back to the antenna. Let's see what we get on the higher bands. 28 megahertz.
Whiskey Bravo 5, Oscar's.
My antenna is not tuned there, so we'll have to switch to the dummy load. And I'll have to set this radio at the same frequency. Alright, 3.8 megahertz lower sideband, 80 meter band, and we have that here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set testing. 1, 2, 3. That works quite well. Lower sideband, 3.8 megahertz. To show you the back, the rear of the unit. To start, here we have the heatsink for the internal power supply. Unit runs off AC, as you might have known. The transistor here, I don't know if you can see it, is a Motorola, a very high current transistor, an MJ11031. That transistor can do 50 amps continuous and 100 amps peak, and it is a Darlington transistor. And like I said, that's used for the linear power supply, so there is no switcher in here. That means no RF hash. On this side we have a heatsink for the RF amplifier, 125 watts RF amplifier. Here we have the AC input, military connector, as you can see. I already loosened it. I can take it off pretty quickly. This is an external power supply for the fan, the optional fan unit that you can use to cool this here, only necessary if you run it on continuous duty cycle mode like RTTY. The unit can run off DC, 24 volts DC, that would go in here in case you would want to do that. There is a fuse for the DC, these are the AC fuses. There is a connector for an external audio hookup, and an external connector for remote control and antenna tuner. I think this is the antenna tuner, this is for the remote control. So the whole unit can be remotely controlled with a special unit for that. This is IF in and out, probably for measurement purposes or maybe for an external demodulator unit, not quite sure. This is the antenna out, standard SO239. This is the output for the reference frequency. Can also be used as an input. So if you want to use run the unit from an external reference frequency, that can be done through this BNC. That's the back of the unit. Side of the unit looks very nice. Actually, this unit still has the clamps. Most units that you see out there don't have these clamps. That's because they were mounted in a rack, and then these are kind of in the way. This one still has it. It's kind of nice. These things are $20 a pop when you have to buy them, so it's a good thing it's still on there. And as you see, it all looks like new. This unit has been taken care of very well and has not been messed up or anything. Perfect unit. Alright, we're coming to the end of our video. Forgot to tell you the microphone that's used is an M80C. That is a military mic. You can also put the headset on there, microphone headset. So audio is also supplied through here. Audio also can be put in here with the jack, and this is the CW key. So that's basically it. The RT9000 from SunAir, sometimes also called the GSB 9000, professional military equipment, and most of these were used by the Coast Guard. Thank you for watching this video.
whip up a couple cans of tuna fish that have been in the cupboard for probably over a year, maybe more. And
no, saludos, buenos días, buena vez, amanecer, aunque buena tarde, mejor dicho, es que el día se va rápido. Appreciative of all the work that Maritime Mobile Service Net does for all the people on the water out there, and keep up the good work, and 73, and I'll go back to listening. Outside, and man, the wind kicked in. It was found out later it was about 92, 93 mile an hour. Anyway, you might tell me what frequency your rig shows you you're on. I mean, I get you tuned in with the RIT, so it's no problem. I think if you got one, you would not be sorry. And I must...
Okay, I tuned it down all the way to the broadcast band. We're at amplitude modulation. We got fast AGC. We have it at 10 kilohertz step size.
To continue to get larger and grow. And it's just beautiful with these crosses there.
Charity Navigator and Ministry Watch and other nonprofit.
But again, I don't know why anybody would find
personal success takes a financial
Policies are a good way to encourage to eat with me or two. Well, here I play in this position, and he puts himself. We have to.
Flock goes beyond credit monitoring to help protect.
Pretty strong signals, as you can see. But the radio handles it well.
Attacked you while you were playing.
Actually still puts out power. It still puts out power at these low frequencies. Got it on the dummy load now.
Peter Field, therefore, is a...
See, that's the carrier for the AM.
Peter Field.
Back to the antenna.
We ended up discussing world events, focusing on the future of the United States and China.
RT9000 on the broadcast band. Works there as well.
And I found him to be...